I'm Rachel and welcome to how to create a sacred space or altar for Goddess Concordia. Goddess Concordia is the Roman goddess of reconciliation, of agreement, of concord and of harmony. So if you want to learn more about her, I do have a full-length video that explores her and how you can connect to her, my top 3 tips. This video is going to explore how to create a sacred space for her. So whether you're creating ritual, ceremony, meditation, journaling, reflection, dance, yoga, etc., or you want to create an altar space, which is a space of focus for any of the thoughts, reflections, or connections you may have with her. So let's make a start. So I have begun with a white cloth. White for me represents harmony. It represents reconciliation and peace, and that's why I have chosen it. If there's another colour that represents those things for you, such as purple or blue, then please do use them as your cloth. They can also be the colour of the clothing that you may wear when you connect to her as well, or perhaps the paper that you choose to journal on. They may also be the colours of the candles that you choose. I've chosen pink because I feel that she's very much a goddess of the heart, of love, of compassion. You'll see that there are 2 candles here, 2 being the number of balance, 1 candle for each side of the argument to keep that balance and that harmony, the 2 opinions, the 2 perspectives, the 2 parts that make the whole. These candles may also represent the parts of self. So if you've watched my video on how to connect to Concordia, you may have done the journaling activity or the ritual that I recommended. So these candles with that may represent different parts of self, say your heart and your mind, and you may want to light them in that ritual. You may even have extra and other candles that represent all those different parts of self that are sharing, that are giving their thoughts and reflections. You may also want to bring into this space some plants that are connected to her. One of those is the olive branch. Of course, the giving of the olive branch, which is a universal symbol of peace and reconciliation. If you can't get access to olive, or you don't want to use olive, there is an alternative, and that is bay leaves. So bay leaves, you can use either these plants, fresh or dried. I've got dry bay leaves here that are ready to be lit, to go into a fire. So both bay and olive, were used by the ancient Romans for reconciliation. They were representing times of peace. So for those that gave, works or actions on behalf of the Roman state and the Roman people, they were presented with these crowns that were made of oak leaves, of bay laurel, of olive. So you may want to bring them in to symbolizing the presence of peace and agreement. Something else that represents this is the bread. So you may have heard of this sharing and breaking of bread. So you may want to have a loaf present, again, in your ritual or your ceremony, or just here in your sacred space on your altar. You may want to break bread with, perhaps symbolically, say someone you've had disagreement with, so you would break it. There'd be 1/2 you, 1/2 of them. Or this bread may just be a symbol of community, of coming together, of all people being accepted, of being part of something, of themselves being heard. So you may want to break this bread. Also, she does have a connection to the bread ovens, her ceremony, her festival, in February. You may want to have a ceremony for that, and I explain more about that again in my how-to videos. I won't go into more in it now, but bring bread into your altar space. You may also want to bring into your space the symbol of a deer. So this isn't something that the ancient Romans associated with her. It's something that is my contribution. So I don't have a deer. I do have a reindeer. And it's actually a family member's teddy that I have pinched. So this is just a reminder, use what you have, use what you can to represent these things. I mean, it is cute. Come on, it's very cute. So the reason deer, is her sacred animal, or as an animal totem, is because they symbolize peace and harmony. They are in a serene and tranquil environment, and their peaceful nature can be linked to the idea of agreement and understanding. So where conflict is minimalized, it's going to represent all that. So I really feel that's very much aligned with her kind of energy and what she has to offer. And the last thing that I would add to a sacred space or an altar space with Goddess Concordia is something that I call the Scroll of Concordia. So this is going to be a scroll that you are going to create. It's something that you're going to write, that is writing down, putting down a devotional, an invocation, a prayer perhaps to Concordia, that is going to be your declaration of peace, of understanding. And so I'm going to share with you the words. You can either write these words for yourself, or you can write them on behalf of the world. Where is it that you feel that most needs peace within yourself or in the world around you, or with someone else at this moment? So what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of paper. You are going to write these words on the piece of paper, and I'm going to put them down for you here now. I, and then write your name. Actively and compassionately listen to and hold space for all parts of myself, mind, body, heart, and soul. Where there is inner conflict within myself, let there be peace. Where there is disparity, let there be harmony. Where there is disagreement, let there be reconciliation. Goddess Concordia, please stand as my witness as I declare that I am whole and holy, sacred and sovereign, and that I will courageously and honestly hold allowance for my truth to the best of my ability and with an open heart. And you can end this with any ending that feels appropriate for you. So it is, and so it will be. And then you're going to sign your name at the bottom of this piece of paper. You're going to keep it and add it to the altar, as I have done here, to offer to her, or you can burn it with her sacred fire. The fire is her element, so you may want to use that and add it. And it's a way of, the ancient Romans would write on scrolls. That's how they were recording things. It's where your way of recording. I said you may want to use this invocation, this prayer on behalf of the earth, of the world, of humanity, of someone else instead. And so I'm going to write down below in the comments, the description here, different options of things that you can say and write and add to this. So I hope that this inspires and supports you in your connection to Goddess Concordia and to yourself as well. May it be a space, a place, a time for you to reconnect deeper to self and all the ways in which you can be and can manifest and can stand for peace, reconciliation, harmony. Blessed be.